The Cobra effect describes a paradox in which an attempt to solve a problem produces the opposite result, making the problem worse than before. It is often cited in economics, business, and policy studies as a cautionary tale about unintended consequences. The term itself originates from British colonial India, when authorities faced the challenge of an overpopulation of venomous cobras in Delhi. Believing they had found a clever solution, officials offered a bounty for every dead cobra brought to them. Initially, the plan seemed effective, as many snakes were killed, and the numbers appeared to decrease. However, human creativity and self-interest soon emerged in ways the policymakers had not foreseen. Some locals realized they could earn a steady income by breeding cobras, and then killing them for the bounty. For a time, the program continued, but when the government discovered the scheme and stopped the payments, breeders released the snakes they no longer needed. Instead of reducing the population, the policy inadvertently increased the number of cobras. This ironic outcome became a textbook case of incentives leading to unexpected and damaging results. The Cobra effect has been echoed in many other contexts throughout history. In colonial Vietnam, for instance, the French administration offered rewards for rat tails to curb a rodent infestation. Yet instead of eliminating the pests, people began cutting off tails and setting the rats free so they could reproduce and provide more tails. Others turned to rat farming, creating even more problems for the city. What was meant to be a straightforward solution turned into a disaster that amplified the original challenge. In modern settings, similar patterns emerge when well-meaning policies or corporate strategies fail to anticipate human behavior. For example, environmental regulations that ban or restrict certain products sometimes drive markets underground, where unsafe or even more harmful alternatives proliferate. Likewise, companies that tie bonuses only to short-term sales figures may encourage employees to manipulate numbers or push products that harm long-term customer trust. In each case, the intention is positive, but the outcome is distorted by perverse incentives. The Cobra effect reminds us that people respond to rules and rewards in ways that maximize their own advantage, even if those actions undermine the purpose of the rule. It reveals the gap between how planners imagine people will behave and how individuals actually adapt to systems. Designing incentives without considering this adaptability can lead to counterproductive consequences. The lesson, therefore, is not that policies or incentives should be abandoned, but that they must be created with a deep awareness of human motivation and possible loopholes. Policymakers, managers, and leaders need to think several steps ahead, testing how their measures might be exploited. Anticipating misuse and building safeguards into the system are critical to avoiding failures. In conclusion, the Cobra effect serves as a powerful metaphor for the complexity of human behavior in response to control and reward. It illustrates that solutions which appear logical on the surface can unravel when confronted with real-world ingenuity and self-interest. By studying these examples, societies and organizations can learn to design smarter policies, craft more resilient systems, and reduce the chances of repeating mistakes that transform solutions into larger problems.